Back this morning, we are talking police reform over the last several years. IMPD saying they have worked to make changes in being more accountable to the community, providing officers with better training and recruiting a police force that truly reflects the community that it serves. And joining us this morning is IMPD Chief Randall Taylor. Good morning to you, Chief Taylor.
Good morning.
Let's go ahead and start talking about the department returning to community-based beat policing. Can you tell us how that's going so far?
Well, I think it's going well. The exciting news there is as we get more officers through the academy, that will allow us to expand those beats. So right now it's somewhere in the 70s, and we hope to be over 100 here in the not too distant future. And I think that'll allow community to have relationships with those officers that work that beat, and for those officers to be able to know the people that they're serving in those beats. So I look forward to really some great things happening as we expand those beats.
So how's the department following through with, I know, your attempts to retain a diverse police force?
Well, so we have a diversity and inclusion unit now that's led by Captain John Walton, and one of his responsibilities is to make sure that the people that we recruit, we can retain by making sure we're meeting their needs, whether that's specific to a gender or race or religion or whatever, just making sure that they feel comfortable with the department. I think that's going well. That's something that we've had in place for probably a little over a year, but it's even looking to expand with a number of people involved in that, and with hopefully we'll hear something relatively soon about them bringing regular street officers into their fold to help make sure that we're meeting those goals of making them feel included. You know, it's one thing to recruit, it's another thing to make sure people feel comfortable and feel included in the inner workings of the department. So that's what we're striving for.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know you guys are not talking about current cases involving body cameras, but can you talk about the program and what the community can expect moving forward?
Sure. So we've been looking at body cameras for a while. Unfortunately, the city's technology infrastructure back in the past really wasn't robust enough that we felt that would be a worthwhile endeavor. You know, if we get cameras, but the technology doesn't match up with it, then we of course run the risk of the cameras not working at their best. I think we've crossed that bridge now, and we're in much better shape as far as the technology infrastructure. So I hope to have cameras here July, August, at least the first rollout of them. The goal is to have all of our operations persons, those are the officers you see on the street, be equipped with those here shortly. We've got a vendor we have in mind, and the ability for those cameras to operate in different settings is very impressive. You know, things that remove the need for the officer to hit record. Utility, which is the vendor we're looking at, has the ability to start recording in a number of different situations. When the officer has to unsnap their weapon, the holster, we can have it come on when the police lights in the car are activated. There's a number of different parameters that we can set up so the officer doesn't have to worry about hitting record. And I know that's one of the things that the community has expressed their concern is, if you have them but they're not recording, what good are they? So we tried to remove those things, especially in high stress situations for the officer. So I look forward to seeing how that goes. And as that rolls out, you know, we let the community look at that before when we were going through the pilot. We'll have something similar once those cameras get into place, and the community will be able to look on our website and see the rules and regulations, general orders, as you would of how those are worked and what officers are going to be held responsible to doing.
Chief Taylor, thanks for taking the time. Unfortunately, we're out of time. We do appreciate you joining us this morning.
Very good. Thank you.